project is on paranormal belief and the conjunction fallacy. We handed out about 800 questionnaires asking people about their paranormal beliefs and gave them a series of scenarios looking at the conjunction fallacy. We gave them an example of what had happened in a certain situation and then asked them how likely certain events were out of 100. And we found that people who believe in the paranormal have worse probabilistic reasoning because they can't understand that sometimes things happen just because it's a coincidence rather than because it's fate. So then it kind of supports the cognitive deficits hypothesis, stating that people who believe in the paranormal have deficits in their cognitive functioning. We found out that paranormal believers make more conjunction errors than non-paranormal believers, so their probabilistic reasoning is lower. We also found out that it depends on whether the scenario is paranormal or non-paranormal, and it also depends on whether the independent constituents are independent or related. So you've got, in this example here, Alan's uncle dies, and then it asks you how likely his inheritance will be £1 million, debating on whether he died at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is not really relevant, and then compared to whether he was his uncle's favourite living relative. So people who believed in the paranormal were more likely to rate C as higher in the related constituents rather than the unrelated. Paul Rogers, who is one of the supervisors alongside John Fisk on this project, he came up with the idea. He's already done some previous research looking at the conjunction fallacy, and he found that paranormal believers again have higher coincidences, belief in them, things like that. So he stemmed from there because he wanted to look more in depth to why and investigate the hypothesis that their cognitive deficits and things like that are lower, which is this bit here. So it stemmed from that. Well, I went out, I created 16 of these scenarios and put them together in a questionnaire, and then we had, inside the questionnaire, it asked them about their paranormal beliefs, their paranormal experiences, the thinking styles, so whether they used rational or intuitive thinking, and about their mathematical skills for the probabilistic reasoning. So we could use all those as variables into finding whether it did affect the hypothesis. It's been a success, and in the summer, next summer, we're continuing the research on it and adding another dimension as well, so it should work out well. I've decided now to do my PhD, and Paul Rogers is taking me on as his PhD student from next September. So I want to go into academia and do research myself, and then have someone like me presenting my poster at a thing like this eventually. I definitely tell them to do it because you get a lot of a better idea about how to do the projects and things for third year as well. It gives you a good start towards how to present your dissertation. It's also quite interesting. It helps you with the statistics a lot more, and you get to do a lot of the reading around the topic. So it's quite interesting if you're obviously interested in the subject that you're looking at.